The arts understand that the important things in life are eventful. One of the challenges of education is to turn learning processes into the eventful. You know, if you get an assignment, some homework, and it's dull, the chances are you're not going to learn very much. But if your homework assignment is eventful, if you are encouraged to be creative, then that can make all the difference. So the arts, I think, are the lifeblood of authentic education.
Try to be slick or something like that.
Getting a number of people together on a massive scale. How great people really are. You know, they don't know.
Surprisingly, you don't have pain everywhere.
Got a little montage.
Practice speak.
The point of the project is to show people what they can accomplish through collaborative creativity. You want to see the festival, you want to see all the frames, the bands, the music, the food, the dancing.
We don't want to get into that.
How do you see the world? How do you frame your life? What colors are you? What textures? Which words do you use to define your perspective? Each of us is a window, a frame through which the world is witnessed. We spend our lifetimes coloring our frames, texturing them, reshaping the angles, readjusting our vantage point. Our perception of this world at which we all gaze is what makes each of us unique. This is the concept behind the community art project Windows of Worlds, a project developed and produced by the Madison-based art collaborative known as Geswerk. Geswerk is a non-profit collective of students and artists in Madison, Wisconsin. They raise money for various community projects such as homeless shelters, youth centers, and welfare programs.
Windows of Worlds, it's a community art project, and right now what we're doing is we're working with the Civic Actions Project at Edgewood. The whole point of the project is to show people what they can accomplish through collaborative creativity, and then we're working with 3 high schools right now in the Madison Metropolitan School District, designing windows, and they're all going to come together for this huge installation. We're going to have like a huge music festival. Natty Nation is headlining. We've got UW Mad Hatters, Maddie Salsa, Stereo Color. There's going to be a breakdancing competition. It's going to be insane, and it's all happening at Edgewood during the Monroe Street Festival.
It really just goes to show, what you can do if you're not afraid to follow your ideas. Think out of the box and to think big. You can make a big impact. Making these frames and stuff like that, that's kind of my job. But there's a reason why I do it, not because I'm completely insane, but I like seeing the end product when it comes together. It's really something, and it wouldn't be possible without a massive number of individuals dedicating their time. And one thing that I've noticed since I've started doing this is when we've kind of had a face to the arts, a place where people could kind of enter in, and you ask somebody, hey, do you do anything with the arts? And you wouldn't know it otherwise, but they're like, yeah, I paint, or yeah, I do this, yeah, I do that. And it gives them an opportunity to get out there and to express themselves, and I think that's a really positive thing for a person to do. And that's really what we're all about, kind of providing a venue for that and doing something with that positive energy, providing exposure to how great people really are, and they don't know.
For about 10 years. I was an after-school teacher with community youth, and there I used art all the time, and it really connected with the youth that I was working with. But I think art is a language, and it's a language that ties everything else together. Geswerk asked us to do a break competition, a b-boy, b-girl battle here called Mad Skills. That's been happening in the community. This is its 5th year, and so it was based on the vision of Geswerk and what they were trying to do with windows in the world. We thought it was a perfect match for what we were trying to work on, and really helped us outreach, to a very different group of folks that maybe don't know about breaking culture and b-boy and b-girl culture, and that's important to us.
Each Geswerk event is a celebration of life, art, and community. But these events are not all fun and games. From an organizational standpoint, they take a good deal of time, energy, resources, money, and volunteers. In order to get Windows of Worlds off the ground, Geswerk turned to Edgewood College and various small businesses in the Monroe Street neighborhood for support.
I just was sitting in my shop, and these nice fellows walked in and started talking to me about their project, and I just thought it was a really cool idea, and it was really unique, and it was a good way to get involved with the community and do something creative. Most people I've met, no matter what, feel that they're creative in some way, or they want to be creative, or they want to explore that part of themselves. So I think it's a good way for everybody to get involved somehow and feel like they're part of something creative. I think that just, makes people happy, and it keeps them feeling like they're coming together for a good reason.
To live and learn and be a better man. I don't need to be a billionaire, that's not for me. I don't live the life of luxury.
Well, SERVE is a nonprofit fair trade organization, and we've been around for about 60 years, 63 I think as it is now. What Geswerk is trying to do is similar to what SERVE is trying to do, and for me the baseline of that is create stronger community. So what we're trying to do is help artisans create a sustainable life. We're trying to help teach our partners different kind of material techniques and design techniques that then can sustain them and give them the skills in which to move forward and pay for their kids' schools, get some health coverage. So it's different than just giving out money, it's giving someone a skill. Art is, I think, the most important thing to our communities. We have to have the process of creation in order to become a sustainable community. Otherwise, all of our energy and all of our sense of emotion and self, I think, becomes diluted and sad and loses, a sense of that creative energy. And so whether it be in order to sell products, in order to further life goals, art is just the basis for a healthy, productive community.
Nothing can compare.
My husband Dean and I have co-owned Orange Tree Imports on Monroe Street for 36 years. I came to Madison to get a graduate degree in Danish literature, and that, of course, doesn't lead to too many career options, so we ended up starting the shop here, and we've expanded twice, and I have loved being in the Monroe Street neighborhood the entire time. I love the energy that the Edgewood project had, and the fact that they were going after different media outlets and different ways of promoting themselves than we were able to do. So we felt that by sharing a little bit of our small advertising budget with them and co-promoting, we would bring more people to Monroe Street. I live about 2 blocks from here, so I'm part of the Dudgeon Monroe neighborhood and love being able to walk to work, love being able to know my customers because some of them live in the area. But I think that in competing, as we've had to do over the years with the internet and with big box stores and such, the fact that we are locally owned, that we keep our profits in the area, has made a difference in our customers' minds. I think that the cultural life of a city is one of the things that makes it livable. And we're so lucky in Madison that we have the university, we have Edgewood, we have the Frauchis, we have all kinds of opportunities that would not be available to us if we were in a different community. So I love being in Madison, and we hope to continue making it what it is.
Raising money for community issues is hardly Geswerk's only mission objective. Raising awareness of the arts is also an ever-present motivation, especially at a time when the economic climate is forcing many art programs to be placed on the back burner.
The budget's being cut, and it's because, they can't gauge it with test scores, with SATs or ACTs, and creativity and the arts serve an entirely different social function. It serves the function of uniting people. It doesn't matter what your creative interests are, what your cultural background is. Everybody draws on everybody's experiences and creates from that, and when we're exposing all these different things to each other, when we're showing each other, this is how I paint, this is how I dance, this is how I sing, then I or you can create something with those influences, and we build on that, and that builds community, that makes where we live just a better place to be, so that's why art's important.
I think one reason why the arts are sometimes threatened is basically a misunderstanding and an underappreciation of the arts. The misunderstanding is to assume that the arts are mere entertainment, that it's just the decoration, it's just that which makes life more bearable by taking us away from ourselves. It's entertainment. But the arts are much deeper than that. The arts bring us closer to what we can be. They bring us closer to each other. They involve craft, and craft is a sort of a respectful way of being in the world. It involves appreciating the materials out of which we craft things. So there's an ecological aspect to the arts that's very valuable, a community aspect to the arts. It brings us together. When we celebrate, we use the arts to celebrate. And so for all those reasons, the arts are very important. If we're in the business of educating, to educate the whole person, and the whole person involves the artistic aspect of human life. And in education, especially in this economy, we're too fixated on processes. We're trying to get the most effective, efficient process, the most optimal way of doing things, and we lose the soul when we do that.
Art is ever present, and it's hard to imagine a life or a world without it.
We call it curl up into little balls, and we feel sad. If we forget about art, then we become machines, and we don't have anything that pulls on our hearts to get us interested in something that's greater. So our creativity dies, color in the world is lessened. I'm a huge proponent of art, and the therapeutic aspects that it has on every level.
I personally believe art is everything. Every aspect of our existence is predicated on creativity in some way. This chair, the camera, this building, that fake tree over there, the lights, all of these are examples of what people have created through the history of time. If we didn't have art, we would probably still be bacteria swimming around in a mud puddle somewhere, And Geswerk is just taking that idea of the fact that creativity, makes life in all aspects. It's everywhere in all aspects, and it's bringing all of those together. So yeah, I guess without art, probably just stop the camera.